ke National People Youth Front lani ke NPYF minta kasi balang ke arpnyo tarik kala pelang ke State Youth Conference aja apuar banyak kandu lang hakani ke jingalang babun kisamla ki bana keleng ki district kilawan hakani ke jingalang bala bu ru ye ke team ka bong Youth Power for Social Change kabla pelang ha State Central Library kongsan hakani ke CUDU National President ka National People's Party NPP Ubadeiru Menteri Rangba ke Jilla Conrad Sangma Lamba National Vice President ke NPP Ubadeiru Simbut Menteri Rangba ke Jilla Ba Prestone Tinsang Haringkat Menteri ke Cabinet ki MLA ki MDC baru State President ke NPP U Dr. WR Karluki Lamba kiwi deh.
What a beautiful face of Conrad Sangma of Prestone, just like a tiger, sometimes just like a monkey. I mean, you know, before sleeping, I could see that picture, which really disturbed my mind. So therefore, I used to tell my wife, please don't sleep with me. Please go and sleep yourself separately. It's so disappointed sometimes. But today, we know the strength of NPP. Today we know the strength of our youth in the state of Meghalaya. You really inspired us. There are so many more issues from now on which we are supposed to take up. And we are going to do it. Let people say anything. But, my dear friends, all party workers, be it parents' body, be it youth, be it women, we are here to serve the state of Meghalaya. And we created a record. Whatever you say, we created a record. We just completed 50 years. Nobody there, no one there to take up these issues. What are the issues? You know better. No retreat, no surrender. And this is for the interest of the generations to come. This is for the interest of the present generation of our youth, NPYF, and the youth of the state. So my dearest friends, or youth, sometimes I would request all of you, fervently I would like to request you, kindly comment something also in the social media. Please react. Comment something in the social media. At least one line. Conrad Sangma is just like actor. Prestone's song is just like actor. I think that is good enough. That is good enough. So friends, I don't want to take much time. I've just discussed with our Honorable National President, our Honorable Chief Minister. These kind of programs we need to have, not only in Shillong, throughout the state. Next, we should have in Garowe, and again we can take off to Janjay Hills, Ribhoi district, West Khasi district. I think we need to start it ourselves. And let us go down to the grassroots. You know, let me just tell you one thing. Recently, Wahashnom organization from Janjay Hills, they came and met me. When they came and met me, because they are scared about the smart meter installation. When they came and met me, they said, sir, we are deadly against installation of smart meters. Then I asked them, why? What happened? Why are you scared? No, because these smart meters can be manipulated. I said, okay, can you prove it? If you have proof, we will go today itself, this moment itself, to file FIR to the police station. Then ultimately, I think not less than 20-25 minutes, we had a detailed discussion, conversation across the table. Ultimately, they say, well, I think there must be some miscommunication. There must be something which people does not know much about the reality. So, before you take up the installation of smart meters to each and every household, please only do one thing. Then I asked them what? Have a workshop, have a seminars, have a conference, if possible to each and every village level. I said, that is done. MECL, power deployment will do it. We'll go up to the village level. We'll make people understand how important is the installation of smart meters. So therefore, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Let us organize our seminars or conference, meeting people up to the village level. We will carry the agenda of NPP. We will carry the agenda of NPYF up to the village level. And I'm sure if we can reach out up to that level, 2023, I think my James said 40, I said 50. Why only 40? It should be 50. Saying that, I think other colleague, coalition in the government, they may be scared of us. They may say, why? Why Prestone or why Conrad Sangma talk big during election? But what I'm saying is, our agreement is very, very important. Our agreement is very good. Running the government with all of us, I think that is the beauty of Meghalaya. We will continue to do that. We will continue to do that. So my young friends, once we go back to our respective places, our respective district, let us carry the message of NPP. The message of NPP, the main, I should say, theme of NPP. One voice, one Northeast. During my political career, I never heard such an important subject, theme. The theme, one voice, one Northeast. It is only this party who has passed the resolution, and the resolution is being incorporated in the Constitution itself. One voice, one Northeast. If you go back to 2019, when the CAB agitation took place, I think you remember, all of you, I think you remember that. 2019, when CAB agitation all over the country happened. What happened in the northeastern states? I just wanted to remind all of us. It was our national president, Shri Conrad Sangma, who led the protest of passing the CAB that time. the national president of NPP took pain to collect all the regional parties in the northeastern states, and we had a meeting that time in Guwahati. And it was our national president who took a delegation to Delhi. All political parties from northeastern state. We went to Delhi. We had a meeting with the Union Home Minister. And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of one voice, one Northeast. So friends, in Meghalaya, there are so many political parties we have. During election we talk big. After election we kept quiet. Not only that, we don't talk about other states in the Northeast. It is therefore only the NPP who stood for oneness, and we are going to continue this. And I'm sure by the grace of our Heavenly Father, and I'm sure with the help, with the blessing of Almighty, we will cross the bridge in the month of February 2023.
We have approximately 6 lakh people who are above the age of 45. The rest are below 45. That means almost 30 lakh plus individuals in our state are below the age of 45 today. And that is the reason why this conference and the overall activity and work of the youth matters when it comes to the nation, the state, and the party. Therefore, the youth is going to play a very, very important role in mobilizing, organizing, and preparing our party for the coming elections, and more importantly, ensuring that there is a democratic participation of the youth when it comes to state and nation building. And therefore, while we work for the party, while we are here to discuss and talk about our organization, please remember that we are here to serve our people and serve the state as a whole. I remember a long time back, our leader, late P.S. Sangma, had given this speech when he was going to file his nomination. And he spoke about 3 laborers who were breaking stone to build something. So one person went and asked the first laborer, "What are you doing?" The laborer said, "Can't you see? I'm breaking stones." He said, "Can't you see I'm breaking stones?" He asked the second laborer, what are you doing?" The second laborer said, "Can't you see I'm building this building?" Then he went to the third laborer and he asked the laborer, "What are you doing?" He said, "Can't you see I'm building this temple?" So all the 3 laborers were doing the same thing, but the purpose and the intention which they had in their hearts was different. One was simply breaking stones, one was simply building a building, but one was building and constructing a temple. It's the mindset with which you work. It's the sense of purpose with which you work. Are you here today as the NPP youth just to be in the party and join the party? Are you here today as the NPP youth because you want to get some work or contract? Or are you here today as the NPP youth to build the nation, to serve the youth, to be a person who will contribute to doing something good for the that each and every one of you here today is here for the larger purpose and larger goal, which is to serve the people of our state, to build our state, to build our organization, to build this country. And that is the mindset with which we all must work. I take this opportunity today to welcome our young leaders who have joined the party in the last 3-4 months. It's been a continuous process. Young MDCs from different constituencies have come and joined us. Many leaders from different political parties have joined us. This clearly shows that the people have faith in the National People's Party today. And that is why I welcome all these young leaders from different political parties, elected representatives, MDCs, who have joined the National People's Party. Today, opposition, mostly the main opposition party, talks about the National People's Party, talks about a government. Statement was made by the leader that NPP has cheated the people of the state. My friends, if we had cheated the people of the state, people would not be leaving their party and joining our party. They need to question themselves. They need to question themselves and see what they are doing or what they have done. I saw many statements coming out by different organizations and different leaders, different political parties, especially the opposition, again saying that we cheated the people, we left them out. My friends, when we took a decision on this border issue, when we had to move forward, yes, it was not an easy decision for us. It was a very, very difficult decision to take. But I sat with our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister. We sat with the cabinet colleagues, with the party leaders. And there was this one line that was there in my mind. I don't know why it came. It's from a movie. Our Honorable Deputy CM spoke about acting and actors and movies. And there was one line that came from a movie. And that line was a simple line that said, "What we do today echoes in eternity." What we do today echoes in eternity. 20 years, 30 years from today, if Honorable Deputy CM and myself and the other cabinet colleagues and other people in the party would look back and say that we missed the opportunity to have made a difference in the people's lives, to have resolved that issue when we knew we could do it and we didn't do it, I think we would have such a guilty conscience and we would be regretting that we did not take that opportunity. Yes, at this point in time, a lot of people will talk because it's not an easy decision. For 50 years, nobody dared to touch it because we know the challenges. But we remember that what we do today will echo in eternity. 20 years from tomorrow, from today, we will look back and we will either be satisfied and say, yes, we did it. Or we will look back 20 years from now and say, why didn't we do it? I choose the first one. That yes, we have taken this decision and we have moved forward. And as I said, it's not the easiest decision. But I can tell you, whatever we did has been always keeping the interests of the people in our minds. The opposition has said that Mr. Prestone song, Conrad Sangma, did you say monkeys, right? Yeah. Had left out Garo villages in West Khasi Hills. Let me tell the audience here today, so that you can tell the people of the state, that the villages that were put for discussion and for debate and for discussion on the areas of differences, that list of villages was not prepared by this government. The list of villages was prepared in 2011 by Dr. Mukul Sangma, not by us. And the villages that he has mentioned, saying that we have left out, my friends, I want to tell him and tell all of you, it is not we who left it out. It is Dr. Mukul who left it out in 2011. Those villages were never in the list. And I want to ask the then government, Dr. Mukul Sangma, that I wish that you are making all those visits today to those villages to try to take political advantage of the situation. I wish you had made that visit in 2011. If you had made the visit in 2011, those villages would not have been left out. It is you who has cheated the people, not the National People's Party. I'm not you, means Dr. Mukul. It is Dr. Mukul who has cheated the people of the state and left out those villages. Don't blame the National People's Party and this government for it. In fact, let me tell you, an internal discussion, Honorable Deputy CM and the rest are privy to it, that while we're having the border discussion, the state of Assam has been most gracious to us. These villages that have come to us were villages that were under the control, administrative control of Assam. A large number of them. Their voting was in Assam. The MGNREGS scheme was through Assam. The power supply was through Assam. The water supply, the road connectivity, every single aspect was there. But when the question was asked by the Chief Minister of Assam, where do the people of these villages, which are in the list, because outside the list discussion cannot happen, because like that there will be more and more hundreds of villages coming up. Government of Meghalaya gave a list in 2011 and that is the list on which we worked. We can't expand the list every year. So therefore, Assam CM said, what do the people of that area want? And the officials of Assam said that they want to be with Meghalaya. And Assam government and Assam CM said, then let them go to Meghalaya. If there were other villages which had been in the list, Assam CM told me that we would have agreed. If the people wanted, we would have agreed. But those villages are not in the list, Conrad. How do I include them now? How will I justify to my people that Meghalaya never demanded for these villages in 2011? How are we adding to it? To this level, the confidence with Assam and Meghalaya is there today to work towards a solution. And I assure you that after detailed consultation with everybody, we would like to move forward also in other areas. And today there are individuals, I won't say autonomous district councils, I will say individuals who are making statements saying that they would like to go the legal course. Let me inform those individuals who are making such statements today that the NPP MDCs are not part of that statement. Let me also inform the individual who was making this statement that he was very much part of the discussion when this discussion took place. Why are you trying to now create a political situation out of this and trying to take a political advantage? The individual, I'm not saying party or organization or the autonomous body. One individual. We do not appreciate this kind of double standard that is being done. When we have decided this to work together as a coalition, then every member of that coalition party should also be united in the decision that has been taken together. Political members of those parties were also present when the MOU was being signed. ministers of that party were present out there. And I know that the party has no differences in that issue. Certain individuals have. But I must stress that our party and our MDCs and members are fully committed to the decision that has been taken by the NPP-led government. I will work harder. Maybe there are things that I have not done correct. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. And this message I want to give to all of you. Election is not easy. Don't think you're going to win. You see, I tell everybody that there are two mindsets when you go to a battle. Two mindsets. One mindset is, I'm winning, don't worry, everything is fine. And one mindset is, anything could happen, we cannot leave anything for granted. These are the two mindsets that you can go with. In the first mindset, when you think that you're going to win, what happens? You take it easy. You're like, I'm going to win, so it's okay. That person waiting outside, let him wait, I'll meet him tomorrow. Or that village is calling me, I went last week only, why should I go again? There is a sense of complacency. And complacency is not a good thing in elections. Trust me. I have contested 5 elections. Both the elections I lost because of complacency. The second mindset that you have is the mindset of, I may not win, I have to work harder. There is a fear inside you. Your back is against the wall. And when that happens, you become a fighter. Because you need to survive, you need to win. Remember, the mindset of a survivor is the kind of mindset that we want in every individual member of the NPP. Don't take it easy. Fear is a good thing. Fear is a good thing. Remember this. Fear that you may lose. Fear that we may not be able to form the government again. Fear that your candidate will lose. And that's where we start our work. Because if we already think that we are winning, then we are already coming down. So while we have the sense of confidence, while we should not be discouraged, because we know how things are, and we are very sure that we will achieve our target, the mindset is either complacent or either with fear. Complacency means take it easy. Fear means survivor and a warrior. You have to choose the mindset that you want. And each youth will have to do that. And I would want and take this opportunity to put this thought inside your mind that we are survivors, we are warriors, we are fighters. We must not let our guards down. We have different lifestyles to some extent because cultures are slightly different. I would want the NPYF to ensure and to work towards building up more bridges, building up and bringing down these language barriers. Why can't some of our Garo friends start giving speech in Khasi? And why can't our Khasi friends start speaking in Garo? Let NPYF take this up. You must. This is the message that we should give to the state. That our youth will respect all communities, will respect all tribes. We are a state. And we must ensure that these small barriers that are there, which could be things that sometimes are areas of concerns, we can easily bring it down by taking these initiatives and learning. And this would include exchange programs. I would want more of the youth from Garo Hills to tour rural areas of Khasi Hills, rural areas of Jente Hills. I would want more of our leaders, youth leaders from Khasi Hills to tour the rural areas of Garo Hills, not just Tura. Tura is fine, you should go to Tura. But I would want you to see what real Meghalaya is. And that is in the villages. That is in the rural areas. You have to ensure that when you make these trips, when you go and make the visits, you have to bring back the proof, the letter, the memorandum, meet the honorable ministers, meet the honorable MLAs and tell them, this is what we found. We realize that people need to be helped. Can you provide the road here? Can you provide the school here? That is going to be the real contribution that you can make. So therefore, as a youth, you have to remember, it's not just about the party organization. Being in the government, you have an advantage. Take that advantage. Visit the rural areas. Bring back the feedback to us. Let us know what we can do so that we can make the lives of the people at the grassroots even better. I was just discussing with Honorable Deputy CM, and he had an excellent idea. We sat down, we've almost finalized, and he had a meeting to decide this, and he has taken a decision in the power department that all the transformers that are there throughout the state that are not working as of now, all the transformers, there are about 342 of them, all these transformers that are not working, the Honorable Deputy CM has called a meeting. He came to me, he asked me that the financial implication is so much. I said, let's do it. And he has decided that we are going to change all those transformers, irrespective of those bills issues and all these things, and ensure that every village that does not have power connectivity because the transformer is not working or because disconnection has been done, all of that will be restored. This is a decision that has been taken, and this has happened because of the feedback that we have received from the youth, from our party leaders, from our women's wing, that this matter affects the lives of our children. So there are some villages that don't have power for 7 months, 8 months, 1 year. So friends, this is very, very important for us. So I would want that our youth, we have 3,194 polling stations in the state today. 3,194. Can the NPYF ensure that every polling station, 3,194 polling stations, we must have our members in each one of them?